Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Hello Girl DIY. Today I'm going to be doing 3 Dollar Tree BOHO DIYs, which I hope you all love. So to start out, I'm going to be taking this round glass piece from Dollar Tree. This is just like a round circular bowl or whatever you want to call it. I'm going to go ahead and give it several coats of this white chalk paint, and whenever spray painting glassware, just make sure you do nice thin coats because this stuff runs so much if you give it the chance. Now that the glassware is all dry and it's nicely covered with my white spray paint, I'm going to be taking some of the Dollar Tree's little wooden cubes. I really like these, and you could do 3, but I'm doing 4 just so it's easier to make a stable base. And then I'm just going to go ahead and hot glue these down and just try to make sure that they're even, they're all in the corners and they're as flat as you can get them to the bottom of the base. And then I just wiped off the excess hot glue because it was kind of hard to make sure that it was, there's plenty of glue to make it stick, but not too much to where it seeped out. And this is how it looks when it's all done. I think it's super cute, and I especially love like the little stand it's on, and I really like the cactus. Be using some of this Rust-Oleum Satin Vintage Blush Spray Paint. I got mine from Walmart. I'm sorry I didn't get a shot of me spray painting those. But then after I spray painted them, I'm going to be using some Dollar Tree's leather, and I'm going to go ahead and use a rotary cutter and a mat to cut out some strips in varying widths. I think mine were like an inch, inch and a quarter, 2 inches. And I'm using a rotary cutter and a mat to make sure my lines are nice and straight because this leather is very thin. So you can see, like, if you make a mistake with scissors or a jagged line. So it's just easier for me to use a rotary cutter, but you can use whatever you want. And then once I had my strips cut out, I'm going to go ahead and lay them on my vases in the pattern that I want them. I actually have 2 different patterns with like mixed up the widths on both of them because I wanted them to be at different like heights and have a smaller one here and a bigger one there. But you can do whatever you want. You can make them both identical. You could do the same size of strips if you wanted. It's totally up to you. Next, it's time to go ahead and glue my leather strips in place. At first, I was only doing this with hot glue, but it didn't take me long to realize that this wasn't going to hold very well. The strips are starting to peel away from each other where they had been glued. I think it's because the back of this leather is kind of plasticky. So a little while later, I went ahead and peeled them back, added in some more hot glue as well as some E6000 to give it a temporary and a permanent hold.
If I'm overthinking, I'm really trying, so I should stop it. So hard on me.
Once my strips are all glued in place, it's time to go ahead and give one of these bases a kind of stand or just raise it up some. I'm going to be doing it using some of these Dollar Tree wood stems, and I went ahead and picked out 4 that were about the same height. I knew they probably wouldn't be perfect unless I sawed them down, and I really didn't want to do that, so I went ahead and picked out the ones that I felt like were about the same. Some of them were different in diameter, but I was okay with that. And then I went ahead and grabbed my vase, flipped it over, and started hot gluing these in place. I just made sure to put plenty of hot glue and do my best to make sure that they were all level, maybe some had a little bit of a slant. So using plenty of hot glue really helped me be able to put nice and level, just because that way I could kind of push them through the hot glue, some on one side and a little on the other. So they're nice and straight and level, so I could go ahead and when they stood up, they wouldn't rock.
Focus focus another moment on the things that I can't control. I need to find some peace of mind tonight. I don't wanna think about it now, nah, nah. I don't wanna think about it now, nah, nah. I don't wanna think about it now, nah, nah. I don't wanna think about it now, nah, nah. You can plan it, I really thought that I would have it mostly figured out by now. Tired of them bringing me down.
And this is how it looks when it's all done. I think they're super cute and kind of boho, and I especially love the leather. So for the second DIY, I'm using these really cute wood 4x6, I guess they call them like house frames from Dollar Tree. I really like these. I knew I could kind of like dress it up without changing like the actual frame because I really like that. So the first thing we go ahead and do is remove all of the contents of the frame. I just pulled out those little tabs and pulled out the back, which again was really easy to do. And then once I pop that out, I'm going to go ahead and take the, I guess you call it the photo insert, trace it onto my cardstock so I have basically a replica of it in size, just so I have a nice white background to start off of.
Not gonna focus another moment on the things that I can't control. I need to find some peace of mind tonight. I don't wanna think about it now, nah, nah. I don't wanna think about it now, nah, nah. I'm so tired. I don't wanna think about it now, nah, nah. I don't wanna think about it now, nah, nah.
Next, I wanted to go ahead and glue this piece of cardstock onto my actual cardboard backing. And then I'm going to go ahead and also glue down the mat around it. And to do the cardstock onto the cardboard, I'm just using this glue stick. And then to put the mat on, I'll actually be using a little bit of hot glue. But the reason I'm doing putting this all together before I have the background or what I'm putting on the white cardstock ready is because I want to make sure that I wasn't putting anything where the mat would cover it, and make sure that I could see all of it even when the frame was on. With everything now glued in place, I'm going to be using some of these eucalyptus roll-on transfers from Dollar Tree. I actually haven't used these much, and I was really excited to try, and I really love them. I always love transfers because it seems so cool. A little bit like magic, how they just rub on and they're there, and it looks like an actual like printed image. But I'm using the wreath and a bunch of the different ferns. You can go ahead and do whatever you want. You could do a different roll-on transfer, you could do stickers, you could write on it, you could just do a photo. This is totally customizable, but I want to do these, and I'm starting out by cutting out that wreath in the middle because I knew I wanted that. And then I kind of just went around picking out, cutting out different ferns, rubbing them on, adding in some here, adding in some there. I even cut some down the side so they'd fit where I want them. And then once I was happy with how it looked, I went ahead and put it back all in the frame. this is how it looks when I have all my transfers on. Next up is just time to go ahead and put it all back into the frame. And then this is how they all look when they're done. I think it's so cute. I especially love the rub-on transfers and the wood of the frame, and really great for only $2. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and hit subscribe. It really helps me out. And also please comment down below which one was your favorite, if you like some, which one you didn't like, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!